That's a Supreme Tesla in Shanghai, China.
Wow.
Welcome to Shanghai as it is today. I haven't been here in 10 years, as you saw from my previous videos, and I was a little off-put by how normal it looked when I first arrived in my last video, as you could see. But now you get to see where it is today in the heart of the city. So let's take you back to the start of my day when I walked into a mall with my family. As you can see, I'm looking around the mall and there's some recognizable things like Starbucks. But I just landed, so we're off to eat some lunch, and we decided to choose a chain restaurant, which is kind of like a Chipotle, but for noodles. Check it out. So similar to a Chipotle or a Subway, there's a bunch of things that you can add to your noodles before they cook it. What's interesting is the options here are much more than a standard Chipotle. You literally have like 30 to 40 different things you can add. I'm well familiar with this. Most of you might not be. There's chicken, there's normal stuff like mushrooms, and fish balls are a bit unique. There's imitation crab, but there's also like raw chicken, raw beef, a lot of stuff that you may or may not recognize. Fried tofu. They weigh it, and then there was also this really cool tea there that was very sweet, but a pleasant sweet. Wasn't like harsh. And of course, there's also seasoning and hot sauce and spices and soy sauce you can add once it's cooked. Eggs as well. So it was incredible. I didn't know what to expect coming here, but this was great, and it was quite affordable. So that was the first meal of our dinner that day, actually. So like I said, I didn't know what to expect when I came to Shanghai. And one thing was the metro system. I wanted to see what it was like. Was it super developed? I heard a lot of great things about it. And here it is. I mean, overall, it's a lot cleaner, but it's not necessarily like super high advanced compared to what I've seen before. But it is better. Also, it's filled with Asians, as you can see.
站楼到了，开双侧门，下车请注意安全。
눈을 뜨게 해줘 전부 너라면 yes I do 그게든 나 적당히 좋아하는 게 그게든 나 적당히 다가가는 게 너는 잊을 수가 없는 아름다운 충격 손살금을 한번 주지 않게 그게든 나 적당히 맘을 주는 게 그게든 나 적당히 빠져있는 게 네가 그려둔 빅 picture 그 속에 나 갇혀 그칠할 수 없는 나의 drama 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 hey
That's about 250.
She's like Ramama Ramama 상상 속 감마 우리 늑대와 미녀 같아 브라운가 뚫고 나와 Oh my gosh 널 보내긴 너무 아쉬워 길 잃은 방랑자 널 두고 어디 안 가 Ramama Ramama 미쳐버리지 Oh my god 얼마나 이 순간을 기다렸는가 그만 좀 할 때가 되지 혼자만 절망감 같은 트라우마 말고 바다 꽃다발
This is eerily like New York, Times Square, but 4 times more people.
생각할 필요 없어 솔직해져 볼까 내게 말해봐 what to do 그게든 나 적당히 좋아하는 게 그게든 나 적당히 다가가는 게 너는 잊을 수가 없는 아름다운 충격 손살금을 한번 주지 않게 그게든 나 적당히 맘을 주는 게 그게든 나 적당히 빠져있는 게 네가 그려둔 빅 picture 그 속에 나 갇혀 그칠할 수 없는 같이 솟는 장면이야 이제 널 내 걸로 만들 줄 아는 게 당연이야 당연한 걸 뭘 물어 그저 바람이 불어오는 대로 네가 내게 오면 되는 걸 풀어 바보같이 행동하지 마 지켜주고 싶게 비극이 널 더럽히더라도 이겨낼 수 있게 뭔가 내 안에 뱉인 너의 향기가 백경이 되어져 막아내니까 그기든 난 적당히 좋아하는 게 그기든 난 적당히 다가가는 게 너는 잊을 수가 없는 아름다운 충격 손수금을 한번 주지 않게 그기든 난 적당히 마음을 주는 게 그기든 난 적당히 빠져있는 게 내게 적당한 건 없어 극단적인 장면 끝이랄 수 없는 나의 드라마 자꾸 반복되는 장면 그 속에 난 갇혀 끝이랄 수 없는 나의 드라마
So as you can see, we are in the heart of Shanghai right now, and there's a lot of American brands going on here, and it's actually quite familiar to my Times Square vlog back when I went to Times Square, New York for the first time. What I found very interesting, other than how similar it was that there was 2 or 3 or 4 times more people, which is great for business. You just get more traffic naturally sitting here. So it's even more crowded than New York, and it wasn't even holiday season. When I went to New York, it was a few days before Christmas, and yet I'm going here just on a regular day, nowhere near any holidays, and the amount of people here is just insane on a weekday night. I believe it was a weekday night. So it's very fascinating. Obviously, there's like a huge swath of different types of transportation here. You see a bunch of motorcycles, you see a bunch of like bikes and these trolley cars. So there's definitely more variance there. Other than that, other than the amount of people, there's just so much to see.
欢迎各位品尝，谢谢。Welcome to Wonderful City, which manages local special cuisine. Ancestral food will be some fabulous map.
So as you can see, these are the most major buildings of Shanghai. Some of these are very tall, and this is probably one of the best views you can get. As you can see, they light up the city during the nighttime, and it's very commercialized and clearly modeled after New York City. You can see some of these buildings are very brand new, and they're kind of surrounded by this body of water, kind of like a island in a sense. Now, what's very fascinating is that you do have this commercial side of Shanghai, which is new, but you also have the more communist side of Shanghai. I'm panning over to this communist side here, and you can see the buildings are very ordinary. They're not trying to be the tallest, but they're just there because they're there for the government. Likely, you're also here to see some crazy rich Asians, so I just zoomed in on a yacht that is taking a few people on a ride while they're having dinner. That's clearly a very luxury experience, and very clearly a very expensive dinner.
Can't call me artist, can't call me idol. 아니 못던 다른 뭐라 해도 I don't care. I'm proud of it. 난 잘 없네. 너무 알았네. 나는 항상 나였길. 소각해. 나는 전혀 신경 쓰지 않네. 나는 역할을 내. 그 이유가 뭐든 간에. I know what I am. I know what I want. I never gon' change. I never gon' trade. 내게 touching I do my thing I love myself I love myself I love my fellow my dance and my way 내 손 안에 몇십 명 백 명의 내가 있어 오늘도 다른 날 맞이해 어차피 전부 다 나에게 도리보다는 게 달리네 Running man running man running man 뭘 어쩌고 저쩌고 떠들어도 돼 Talking I do what I do 너는 잘
So out of nowhere, rain started just pouring down, and of course we had to rush to shelter. There are quite a few of these businessmen or businesswomen who rush out and immediately start selling these really cheap umbrellas. As you can tell, he's handing them out like hotcakes because clearly there seems to be a lot of tourists who did not prepare ahead of time. So he's probably paying pennies on the dollar for them wholesale, and then he's selling them for a significant markup for a 1 or 2 time use, and people are clearly willing to pay. My father was willing to pay as well, so it's very interesting. I would have been stingy and said, we can slide it, but it works here. There's so much traffic. Thank you for watching this video. I put a lot of time into editing this video as a test. I could have put more time into it, but I just wanted to see how well it would do with a significant amount of editing as a proof of concept to see if it's worth spending even more time editing. So this is the end of the video. Please hit that subscribe button, that bell icon, to let you know when new videos are uploaded. This is actually part 3 of my China trip video series. This is the first one that I have put significant time into editing and syncing with music, and I kind of just want to see if it's worth doing more. It's not always enjoyable doing all the editing behind the scenes, but it's sometimes if it's worth the payoff and if it's worth the positive feedback. Therefore, if you like what you're seeing, I need to see your comments letting me know. Here on YouTube, it's very easy for people to leave negative comments, and people who enjoy the video often don't feel the need to leave a positive comment, and that's not true. We need to see all the positive comments out there because positive people usually don't tend to leave comments. Only the negative ones do. So you gotta put your support in the comments and drown out the negativity, and give me that feedback to let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what could be improved about this video. And I'm looking forward to releasing the next part of my trip, where we take a high-speed bullet train that goes 250 miles per hour, one of the fastest trains in the world, to the next part of my destination in a new city, one of the capitals of tech companies, Hangzhou.